Hey, yeah, that's Rex. This Mike, NoStressMike.com, and I'm close to where am I? Neodesha, and it's south, getting close to the. I'm in Kansas, getting close to the Oklahoma border. Kind of to the east, and here we got a little bit of trees. You can see there's trees. We got oil wells right there's in front of us. I think it was one of the first oil wells. Well, let's see, somewhere. This is one of the first oil wells in this part of the country, and what's happening is I'm on my way down to Tulsa, and I'm looking to maybe make that's going to be the place I might be going. Working out a deal with somebody now, and I'm going down and talk to them some more about it, and we'll see if that's going to be where I'm going to be going to. Like I say, here we got kind of rolling hills. We got water. There's creeks and little small rivers, and like I say, a small community. You see this. Neodesha is losing businesses, but it hasn't. It's still kind of big size, too big for me. They got too many regulations. They're still under a lot of. Everybody's telling them what to do. That's why it's hard to run a business with people telling you how to run your business. A good example is this virus thing telling you, well, you got to shut down your business. How do you, that's what happened. So these small businesses, they can't handle. They need an income. You're not getting an income because you're telling them how to run their business. But anyway, these are the kind of places I'm trying to stay away from. I'm trying to stay away from places where I have regulations. And the more regulations, the worse it is. And down here, when I had oil wells down here. I was just a normal person. Normal person could have oil wells. Now, you can't be a normal person to have oil wells now. It's complicated. Right here on the right is a bunch of small manufacturers, and one of these manufacturers was making mosquito repellent when I was in Vietnam. And you'll see them have a little jar. If you see old Vietnam movies, you'll see on their helmet they'll have a little bottle of a little plastic bottle on their helmet, and that was mosquito repellent. And the ones that I had was made here in Neodesha, and but I don't know if they're all like that, but the ones that I got were from Neodesha. So that was interesting. Well, one thing, I can't spell it, but you can't even if you saw it written down, most people wouldn't know how to pronounce it. And and that's what was going on in Vietnam. A lot of the stuff we knew where it was made, and people, a game we'd play with each other was, where was this made? And then, you You can tell them what state, what town, and like I say, so that's done on all kinds of stuff. But anyway, one of the things that I was thinking as I'm driving is I watch a lot of YouTube, and one of the things that I've noticed is they got a lot of mixed how do you call it? They're not marriage. Well, I don't even know if they're married anymore. That might not even be an in thing, being married. So, but anyway, you can see there's a lot of mixed relationships, and it used to be I had no problems with mixed relationships. Where I had a problem was mixed marriages, and the reason I had a problem with mixed marriages is because you're going to have a kid like me, and I'm not. I'm a little different, and it was very difficult as a child, and as I've got older, I've learned it's still difficult because you don't have a culture, because it's a mixed culture, and mixed cultures don't work. I've never seen them work anyway. And not only it's affected me, but I've also noticed that my grandkids, and my kids were good because, like I say, they learned. We did everything Chinese way, and so they were smart, but it's hard to find Chinese in this part of the country, so they ended up getting Americans, and it's really showed on their children. That's my grandchildren. You can really see that they're lacking a lot. And one thing is, with the American, they wanted they didn't really like the Chinese culture. My kids liked it, but they didn't. Their spouses didn't. So they've had to kind of ignore the Chinese culture and go into more of what's going on. And that's what I was talking about. What I've learned was when you have no culture, no structure in your life, you will get misled. And not just that could happen. I am telling you, it happens. And that's what's, you think, I don't know if you're like me, but if you're like me, I've noticed the younger generation, the 20s, people in their 20s and 30s, they're a little messed up in the brain. They don't understand freedom. They don't understand being patriotic. They're kind of strange. I don't know. I was trying to figure out, it's education and all this, but it's more than that. Because if they came from a good, strong culture, that would make a difference. And that's not going to be fixing it, but that will make a difference. I mean, you can have all kinds of cultures and be an American and still understand what it is to be an American. These young people don't understand what it is to be an American. And it's worse when you get a mixed relationship. In other words, when the boy and girl, 20 years old in college, and they're running around with other cultures besides their own. We already know they're not learning in college. And what makes it worse yet, on a personal basis, they're not learning either. They learn that their culture, it's not, don't really listen to your culture. We're Americans. We can do what we want to do. And this is what happens. I thought it was funny. When I was in school, I kept getting thrown out and getting in trouble for having long hair. And I think that's funny because I don't have long hair. I learned at that time, everybody's grabbing your hair and when you're fighting. And then once I got in Vietnam, then that's when I realized no more long hair for me. But I always thought it was funny to have a dress code. Why would you have this dress code? Let the girls wear their skirts as short as they want. That was, they had a dress code, and I thought we don't need a dress code. And that's an example of, okay, you don't need a dress code. Okay, you don't need prayers. You don't need the Pledge of Allegiance. There's a lot of things you don't need, but once you don't have those, you lose a lot of structure in your life. And because like I say, these 20-some-year-olds don't even respect the United States for what it is, what it's done. They don't even know the history of the United States. And that's another thing. They not only we've lost our prayers and Pledge of Allegiance, but they don't even want you to learn why we as Americans are different than the rest of the world. And it's this kind of stuff that has just been it's been really I don't know how you say it, irritating me that our young people, we've lost our young people. And when you lose your young people, you're going to lose your country. And now the one kind of good thing about it is it's not just our young people. Young people all over the world are really messed up. The electronics, got everybody, so they don't even read books and stuff like they're supposed to. And, they haven't learned how to learn. Young people have just, they've lost respect, even in foreign countries. That's what I'm saying. This is really a bad situation. I don't think war is going to fix it. You can look around, everybody wearing the masks and stuff. One thing that I'm really curious. Okay, these people that are wearing a mask, I don't know why they're wearing a mask. And if they really sincerely think that the mask is saving them in the way of health, then my question is, does that mean they're going to be wearing a mask forever? And now they're showing the young children to wear the mask. So they're teaching the young children to be scared. Fear is the thing that these people have really gone way above in reacting to. Now, the thing that gets me is, I don't know, but maybe one of these days, maybe the government will say, okay, you don't need to wear a mask. Okay, when that time comes, are they going to feel stupid? Because they should have wore a mask. I mean, why didn't they wear the mask the day before or the week before? How come today is the day? Now we don't need to wear a mask. You know what I mean? The stupidity is just, I don't know. The more they wear the mask, the more stupid they are. And that's why I say they're zombies. I mean, they don't think. They just do as they're told. And the population is turning into something like that, in my thinking. I don't know how you make strong people, strong individuals, when they're so scared of everything. So anyway, it's just my thoughts. Now I'm coming into independence. When I was born and raised in Topeka, and I got in a lot of trouble up there because they're Northerners, and so they sent me down here to Independence, and it's a small community, about 10,000 population, and we had a restaurant down here, and that's how I got down here. And then that's what I learned. I learned, wow, these people are different than they are up in Topeka, North. Northern people are different than Southern people. Like I say, in the North, they kept wanting to put me in jail. And down here, they'd slap me upside the back of my head and say, boy, don't do that. And that's how I learned. I didn't learn by threatening to throw me in jail. But I did learn when you whack me upside the head and you tell me don't do it. I learned from that. And anyway, that's what we're coming up to right now, is independence. Oh boy, I hate the videos running really long. Oh, whoa, I forgot. I gotta come in here. I'm looking for some gold and silver. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.